Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina. Welcome to the Sunday night live stream show. I got my buddy Captain Steve Papen from Fintastic Fishing Charters in studio tonight, and we are here to talk fishing and answer your questions and give away free fishing trips. That's right, Steve's giving away a charter. Just kidding. But Hubbard's Marina is giving away $1,500 in free trips. We got a 5-hour half day for two, a 10-hour all day for two, and a 39-hour trip for one lucky winner to give away tonight. Plus, we're going to be answering your questions, talking about what we've been catching, showing you photos, and talking about all the things coming up, weather-wise, fishing-wise, and what we're looking forward to. Plus, we're going to be picking this guy's brain a little bit about our upcoming gag season, what he thinks about all the fishing regulations and all the smart things he's doing over there at the Golf Council, and, of course, answering your questions. Remember, if you have a question you want answered live during the show, drop it in a text to that phone number at the bottom of the screen. Don't forget to comment, tell us where you're watching from, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. It really helps us to reach more people. Like it if you're watching on Instagram or Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, don't forget to share it too with your favorite fishing club and with your friends on your own timeline. So share it on Facebook, make sure you thumb it up, and subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget to comment where you're watching from. And if you have questions, again, you got to drop it in a text. Now, if you want a chance to win free trips, I know you were asking earlier, how do you win free trips?
Oh, yeah.
So if you want a chance to win free trips, you do have to comment one time on the Hubbard's Marina YouTube stream. So you got to go over to YouTube, find the Hubbard's Marina page, make sure to subscribe for us, then find the live video. You got to comment one time. Anything you want, any comment, preferably something family friendly, will enter you into the drawing for a chance to win some free fishing trips later in the show. And then you have to stay tuned and watch live, because you only got a chance to win if you claim the trip within 5 minutes. So we give away those giveaways randomly throughout the show. You got 5 minutes or less to claim your free trip by texting us your full home address to the phone number at the bottom of the screen, if you're picked as one of the lucky winners. So in order to win, comment once on YouTube, stay tuned to the whole show live, and then if you're picked as one of the lucky winners, you got 5 minutes or less to text us your full home address to the phone number on the screen. Also, don't forget as well, make sure you give a shout out to our friends over at Gator Gyms Tackle. This show is brought to you by our friends at Gator Gyms, 3301 Pinellas Point Drive South in St. Pete. Stop by and say hello. Have you been to Gator Gyms?
I have been to Gator Gyms.
That place is crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Dude, stuffed to the gills with
Yeah.
tackle, incredible deals. It is a really, really cool place. If you haven't been there, stop by, tell them Hubbard's Marina sent you. It is really, really cool. Worth the travel over there to South Pinellas, or if you're coming from the south, it's an easy stop on your way to Hubbard's Marina. Incredible deals, killer selection, really good people as well. Also, want to give a shout out to our supporters out there. Remember, it's only $4.99 a month to join that supporters group. That gives you private access to our private behind-the-scenes group and private access to our after show. After every live show, we do that after show and dive a little bit deeper into the comments and questions, a little bit more one-on-one. Plus, you get behind-the-scenes info and up-to-date information ahead of everybody else. And again, it's only $4.99 a month. So big shout out to all the supporters out there. And of course, we want to give a shout out to all of those who are sending stars and super chats on Facebook and YouTube. The stars on YouTube tonight, we had Barry Lang with 500. Thank you, Barry. Pete Miller, Larry White with the big 500 as well. Larry White again. Stephen Batchelor with the big 500. Thanks, buddy. Scott Flynn with 200 stars. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it so much. And, of course, all the super chats on YouTube as well. With that, let's get right into the photos and talk a little bit about what's going on now and what's been caught this past week. Popping on over, LaShonda Brown, thanks for those stars on Facebook. Popping on over to the Inshore side of things. Some big black drum lately. Seeing some schooling black drum along our beaches and around the passes. The redfish action's been pretty steady. We're getting to be that time of year, September and October, where redfish action kind of hits its peak, where we really see them get really concentrated in the back bay waters. Big shout out to our buddy Steve Klott. This photo was posted to Salt Strong, and he just happened to coincidentally have a Hubbard's Marina shirt on, so pretty awesome there. Also, nice redfish from our friends at Salt Strong in the back bay waters around the oyster bars, mangroves. A lot of redfish lately. The sharks, the bonnetheads, blacktip, super active in the back bay waters. Our friends out on the beach definitely catching a lot of those snook cruising along the beach, but Scott and Amy always have them dialed in. We're even seeing some around the docks really, really doing well on the big cut dead baits around the docks and passes as of late. Around the bridge at night, our buddy John Sasser getting a few of them. Some really nice fish. And trout bite has been pretty steady despite the temperatures, which is surprising. Normally when it gets this hot, the trout bite has been typically a little bit softer. But this year, the inshore bite, the speckled trout has just been really, really good all the way around. So cool to see. Plus, this week we're coming up on that new moon. And as we approach that new moon through this week, that nighttime bite gets better and better around our bridge lights, dock lights. Growing up dock light fishing and small boats, man, new moon was always my favorite.
There's a lot of snook in the pass right now. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Every morning we see them.
Yeah, they're loaded up for sure. And it's definitely one of those times where the snook, you have to be a little bit choosy on the time because you can see the snook, but they're not always willing to feed.
True. If you can see them, they can see you.
Yes, and a lot of times if you're using light enough tackle to get them to feed, it's hard to get them landed, especially if they're around a dock like Don's Dock or Hubbard's. It's a tricky balance that you have to strike.
Yeah, you got about a 10% shot there.
Yeah, because if you have heavy enough tackle to really land them, it's hard to get them to bite. If you have light enough tackle where they're actually going to bite, it's hard to land them. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Seems like a lot of fish are like that.
That's true.
Yeah, our mangoes are like that. Yellowtails, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's always I think it's a little different with snook though because you can see them, so it's so frustrating. On the bottom machine you can see them too, but something about that like being so close and watching him feed, it's exhilarating.
I think it's more got to do with like we have just always thought we were smarter than them, and now we might be figuring out
that we're not.
Maybe not so much.
They've got a 2-second memory and they beat us all the time.
It's true.
It is true. Jonathan Kaler, appreciate the stars on Facebook there. LaShonda Brown again, thank you so much. And then we had Eric Seberg on YouTube with the super chat. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's get into the nearshore and offshore photos. Show you guys what we're catching a little bit deeper. Some nice blackfin tuna as of late. The jig fishermen have been catching the blackfin tuna, slow pitch jigging. We've also caught a few of them just dropping down and reeling up some dead baits and live baits. You've been seeing some blackfin tuna this past week? A little bit. We've been fishing in a little bit tighter, so most of the blackfins that I've been hearing have been deeper than 150, 160, all the way out to like 240. So blackfin tuna deeper than 150 to 160, all the way out to 240 right now. But it seems like this year overall, it's been a little softer. It has. Our spring was not anything like it was, like it's been the last bunch of years. Because for us, I've always thought like January, February, around the moons, like the new moon, the full moon, sometime in January, February, it like pops off. Where we'll get a 39-hour trip where it'll be 20. 30 blackfin tuna. It's crazy. Yeah, they'll come. And that didn't happen. They'll come in good. Like even in March, but April and May has always typically been like that's the time. Primo. And you can get them in 60 foot of water, 55. We've caught them at the channel. We've caught them at 40 foot on a half day trip. Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, this year was definitely lackluster. As far as blackfin was. But it was, on the one hand, the blackfin tuna bite was lackluster, definitely. It seemed like it never started January, February. It didn't get hot in April and May like it's normally supposed to be. And then it normally kind of continues to trickle off slowly through the summer and stays pretty steady. But we didn't see that, but what we did see was the crazy mahi bite. That's been nuts. Yeah, there's been quite a few of them. I think little inside you, maybe? We had one about 12 pounds this year, which was our biggest one that we've caught in a long time. That's a stud. And we were just on an 8-hour trip. We anchored up. We had a 12-pounder swim up to the boat. Then 5 minutes later, we had about a 6 or 7-pounder swim up to the boat. And then we pitched one more bait out and had a sail. What?
And then we didn't see another pelagic for the rest of the day. But I mean, that was
Retired.
Good enough. That was good enough. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's been. The Flying Hub 2 did an 8-hour similar. They were in probably about 110 to 125 foot in that range. And similarly, they had like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pound mahi, and they had about 8 of them. Wow. It was impressive. They didn't see the sailfish, but we've been seeing the sailfish anywhere from like 35, 40 miles up to about 55 or so in that range. But a lot of them have been like free jumping or just kind of up there sunning themselves.
Those are the ones that you want to catch, though. Like when you're running out on those crystal, just a flat, calm morning when it's glassy, and you just kind of look and you just kind of see something sitting over there. You see the fin sticking up. Those, I mean, they're actively feeding when they're up there like that. So you put anything in front of that thing, it's eating it.
Yeah, the finning ones, but
when they're free jumping
you're not going to catch them.
You're not catching those.
Yeah, those
you can look at those.
Yeah, but the ones that are up sunning themselves with their sails up, a lot of times they will eat if you don't spook them.
Right.
That's the trick. You got to cast something beyond them and retrieve it to them, because even a little pinfish flapping on the water too close, they're gone, and you'll never see them again. Frustrating. Which is obviously spoken from experience. It's happened.
They keep going back to that. They might be smarter than us.
It might be for sure. All right, so back to what we've been catching. So the blackfin tuna definitely are around. We're catching a few of them, but it's not like it normally is. The scamp grouper bite's been really good lately. Seeing a lot of nice scamp. Some really big mangroves out there in the deeper water when the current's been cooperative. Getting out there fishing the deep stuff. Getting some big scamp, some big mangroves, some fat red grouper. This red grouper was 32 or 33 pounds. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a bartender at the Friendly Fisherman caught that one. Yeah. Katie?
I fished with her.
She's a good fisherman.
In that last ladies tournament. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was out on the boat, on Doug's boat.
Yeah. Definitely getting it done. Some nice big fat red grouper for sure. This is Bonnie. We talked about her last week. She is in our Lady Anglers of Hubbard's Marina Facebook group. Remember, if you're a lady angler, join that group. We have a page on our website for lady anglers, and the Lady Anglers Club on Facebook organizes trips. And Bonnie went out there on a 10-hour and caught her limit of red grouper on a 10-hour trip. Pretty cool. Some nice red grouper from the Nearshore trips, but keep in mind that the 10-hour red grouper are not these 12-hour extreme 39-hour red grouper. You got a chance for keepers, but they're not going to be the 15, 20-pounders. They're going to be the 22, 24, 26-inch fish that we're catching in 100 foot, 70 to 100 foot. Nice photo there. Always love the sunset red snapper photos. Very picturesque. Some solid fish all the way around. The red snapper continued to bite well with some nice big scamp and triggerfish, and really everything going well offshore right now. I mean, it's seemingly interesting to me that this year we haven't seen the dip, right? Historically, red snapper season, it runs until late July or mid-August. Now it's into late August. And now this year it goes all the way into September.
Yeah.
We've seen normally, all right, it gets really hot and heavy. We catch some red snapper. But then towards the end of season, it gets a little bit tougher. And we're not seeing the big fish quite as frequently. Yeah. But this year, you said it before we went live, that you're still catching some big fish in that shallow stuff.
Yeah.
We're still seeing some big fish. But we're fishing a lot deeper right now. But still, it's been pretty steady as far as the bite goes, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, if you want quantity, you go deeper.
Mm-hmm.
If you want quality, they're actually inshore of that.
Yeah.
There are, don't get me wrong, there's big fish in 200-300 foot. But, I mean, if you told me we're having a tournament tomorrow and you need to catch a 20-pounder to qualify, I'm probably going to fish inside of 130 foot.
Wow.
To be honest with you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's big fish in there. There's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
And you have to know what you're doing to go in there and have a successful day. You have a lot of patience.
Probably helps to have 4 lines, 5 lines in the water instead of 15 or 22.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will spook that fish.
You're fishing that small little rock, that little nugget, that little pothole.
I'm fishing stuff your boats aren't going to park on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, little stuff. So a little background. Captain Steve Papen, if you haven't caught, he's been on our radio show quite a bit. the Real Animals radio show on Saturday morning. This is your first time on the live show?
I have not been here yet. No.
I thought we had you on the show because we were talking about kingfish, but that was all on the radio, wasn't
I think it was, yeah. It
well,
was.
Welcome to the show, bud.
Hey, man, thanks. It's a nice place.
So Captain Steve Papen, he is the owner-operator of Fintastic Fishing Charters, which operates right there out of Don's Dock. He has 2 charter boats, a Contender and a CV, and he has a litany of options, private charter-wise, but he runs 6-pack boats. So if you have 6 or less, great options, or you could charter both boats and take out a bigger group if you're splitting it up.
We got a couple of those next week.
Yeah, and you have some options during gag season. We're full for gag season, but if you want to get out there for gag season, Steve does have some charters available. And, man, it's crazy, the gag bite, too.
Yeah.
The gag fishing is, I mean, the 39-hour trip that came in this morning, Captain Will was out there in deeper water, west of 200 foot, and he came down the stairs to see how the bite was going, how the trip was going, or how the people were doing. And when he said he came down the stairs, the whole back deck and then around both corners, everybody was hooked up. And they were all bringing up gags. It was just gag, 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 gag. It was nuts. And so he ran upstairs and turned on both engines and put it in gear and started pulling.
Leave that one quick.
Pulling the anchor. So it's impressive, the number of gags. And luckily, a lot of them were doing well. I mean, obviously, you lose a small minority, but a lot of them did well, getting off the hook, vented, or descended. Those descending device worked really well for us. So we're looking forward to September.
Yeah. I think everybody's looking for a little give back. I mean, the deep water for the gags is definitely as good as it could possibly get. I don't think we've been really working hard to stay away from places. Everything I know that I've normally historically caught gags on, we just, leave that one alone. I don't want any part of it.
Try to stay away from it.
Because even just dropping dead bait, they're still eating it.
Yeah.
And you can't get away from them. So I just I try my hardest to not catch them.
Yeah.
When they're not in season. Try really hard.
And it's tough. And especially during red snapper season when we're out there fishing a little deeper. For the red snapper, we're dropping big dead baits. We're dropping some big live baits. You inevitably run into some of these gags.
Yeah.
But come gag season, if you were going to give some tips out, what would be your tips to catch a big gag?
I mean, if you want a big one, the deeper you can go, the better it's going to be. I mean,
amen to that.
If you say
12-hour extreme, 39-hour, 44-hour, if you're fishing with us, or 10, 12-hour charter, giving you more time to get out there further is going to be your best bet.
It's like 150 will be good, 200 will be better, 240 will be better, 300 will be better. You know what I mean? So, I've 180 to 240 is probably your strongest bet.
So
if you want big fish.
Steve also, besides having Fintastic Fishing Charters, you also consult, not to the general public, but you have a few guys you consult for. Do you have one of your private boat trips on one of those big fancy go fasts?
I do. I've got a couple of them lined up for gag season.
Nice. So you have one of those trips to 300 foot.
Yeah, I'll be fishing deeper than 300 on probably 3 or 4 of those days.
Nice.
So we've got a bunch of trips.
What's your general range, or are you going to be doing 400?
Yeah, I'll be probably 380 to 450.
Dropping what? Just a big dead bait?
So some of the guys really, really like jig fishing.
Okay,
jig fishing. Not the slow pitch. A lot of my guys are
the curly tail soft plastics.
No, they'll use vertical jigs, the high speed, where it started.
Mm-hmm.
Not diamond.
OGs.
Not that OG. The vertical
the hammer
jigs,
diamond
like your flat side, your Shimano flat sides and stuff like that, like the vertical, the fast jigs.
Mm-hmm.
The slow pitch morphed out of that because the fast jig and stuff was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
400 foot.
And it's hard for those more benthic tied fish, like a scamp, something that's not as quick to bite. But a gag, especially a hungry gag, especially in that deep water, he'll come 50, 60 feet off the bottom.
Oh, my goodness. Disaster. You feel like you just reel it right into a block of concrete. You just go and go and go, and then all of a sudden it's just like, I'm going the other way.
And that's a good way to get them.
Fish out there with those.
And it's a good way to get them, too, because a lot of times you're going to hook them up off the bottom.
Yeah, you got
a shot to actually land it.
But big deadbaits out there, the Boston mackerels, the big ones, that's real good out there. And obviously, live bait, it's kind of hard to beat. Big pinfish, grunts, squirrelfish.
But dropping a
like
pinfish down that deep, it doesn't seem like it would survive the fall.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're frisky.
No problems.
And you reel them back up when they're still lively.
I think their swim bladder's so tiny that I don't think they suffer barotrauma as bad as say the grouper. It's like if you catch a vermilion, right? You catch a vermilion in that depth, they're pretty healthy when they come up.
Yeah.
But if you catch a 30-pound gag or a Kitty Mitchell or a yellow edge,
blowed up.
It's all over. You can see the barotrauma everywhere. But the smaller fish, their stomach is so small that it doesn't affect them as much. Yeah. And your pinfish are, their swim bladder's nothing. So
you're dropping down if you're dropping a bait in deeper waters, let's reel it back into the realistic range for the rest of us.
240.
The 200, the 240, dropping down a big dead bait or a big live bait. I'm using 125, and I'm using a big hook to match my bait. What are you guys doing?
So generally, the most I'm going to do grouper fishing is going to be 100.
100? Because you want the bite.
Yeah, unless we're fishing for, big carbos or something like that way down south, then you're going to beef it up a little bit more because your bait is huge and, you're not worrying about being stealthy. But, a gag is still a gag, even though they've been closed for all that time. And, and they're hungry, and we know that they're all, they're feeding everywhere. You still got to outsmart them a little bit. You got to put in a little bit of effort.
I don't know. I like dropping big bait, big fish, big tackle, because if you do get that bite, you have a chance to actually land the fish. A 100-pound test is still bringing a little bit of a stick to a gunfight.
Well,
for one of those 35, 40-pounders.
The weakest point, is generally never your mono.
Yeah.
It's never your leader. A lot of times it would be your knot, or it would be the hook bending, or someone uses too small of a swivel. All that stuff kind of comes into play.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how much heat you can put on a fish with 100 pound.
Yeah.
They use one, I think when we were up in there, we were bluefin tuna fishing with Paul, the Wicked Pisser. And we had a 500 pounder boat side. And they have a big top shot. And I want to say it was 200.
Wow.
The heat that they put on fish, you could not hold that rod.
No.
You're going overboard.
Yeah. Big old 80 wide.
They're 130s, and their gunnels are creaking. And
they're 130s.
Oh, my goodness. I wanted to run back in the wheelhouse when that thing was at max pressure. I wanted to run inside because I figured something was going to break. I figured it would be either the back of the rod or the back of the boat was going to come off, or the rod was going to explode. So you could put a lot of heat.
And that's what's always comical to me when people get so wrapped up around drag ratings, right? Because, especially spinning reels, I can't tell you how many times people are like, listen, man, I know you say conventional reels are best, but I've got this spinning reel, and this spinning reel's got 80 pounds of drag.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's all well and good, but you physically can't hold 25,
right,
even 30, even 20 pounds of drag with a spinning reel,
right,
just because of the physics. And with a conventional reel, at least you're using your whole body. And if you want to, you can put a leg up on the gunnel and put it on your gunnel. Yeah. And then you can hold, 100 pounds of drag. But those spinning reels, if someone, your guests bring out their own tackle sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
During gag season, someone charters your boat and you're on a 10, 12-hour fishing 240 and they break out their spinning reel. What are you doing?
I would prefer them to use my tackle in that situation.
That's a very political answer, bud.
The spinners can absolutely. I've caught massive fish. I've caught 40-pound gags on spinners.
Yeah,
no problem. And they have a point, But just because you're using a spinning reel that has 80 pounds of drag, and you're using an 80 or 100-pound leader, doesn't mean that your connection from that mono and that braid are anywhere even close to that.
True.
The the vast majority of people, like all those compression knots, they haven't really filtered into the world yet.
Yeah.
You know, just the jigging guys and stuff like that. But if you have 80 and 80 and you tie say a knot that's like 70%, you know, that's your weak point.
Yeah.
And that's where you're going to break. So you could have the best spinning reel you want to, but
and
put 20 pounds of drag
for those
on,
wondering,
it's coming off.
For those wondering, his go-to line-to-line knot is the PR bobbin knot.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
100%. Never broke one in my life. I have not broke one yet. I have not broke one.
I mean, if you break out your tool and spend probably 2 days learning, you can get as good as that too.
It's about a minute and a half.
A minute and a half for you, man. The video, we have a how-to video on our website, taught by the guys at Dogfish, who I would consider some of the expert teachers. I mean, I know who they learned it from. Calm down before you start freaking out.
I didn't say anything.
I saw it in your face. The guys at Dogfish were teaching us how. It was Joe. Teaching us how to do the PR bobbin knot for our YouTube channel. And the video, the how-to video on that knot is 18 and a half minutes.
Well, because they're going to go by step and everything. Like, how long did it take you to tie your first bimini?
Yeah, that took a long time.
How long will it take you to tie one?
Still a long time, because I'm not very good at it. I don't do a lot of trolling.
It's just like any other knot. The first time you tied a clinch knot or a polymer,
have you seen my
fisherman's
toes?
knot or anything like that, you tie a knot, it takes you some time to learn it. After that, it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
You know, I can sit on the front of a 39 contender going 50 miles an hour and rig up your jigging rod with a PR knot if you want me to. Mm-hmm. It's not super difficult. It just takes time. Takes time
I feel like
learn
it's been a while since you've sat in the boat and rigged rods on the way out.
It absolutely hasn't. We rig them every day. We rig rods every day on the way in for the next day.
John is listening right now. I feel like he's going to comment and let me know if you're rigging rods every day.
Go ahead, Johnny. Tell him, buddy. Tell him, buddy.
Glenn Foster, appreciate the super chats on YouTube. William Mitrovic as well. Eric Seberg, too. Thank you all for the super chats on YouTube. We had Robbie Toomey with 500 stars on Facebook. Thank you, guys. All right, so we talked a little bit about what we've been catching. We got a little distracted there. Let's get into the weather real quick, and then we're going to get into your questions as well. So popping on over to hubbardsmarina.com, we're going to click fishing trips, and then we're going to click that second one down, the weather links page. And here is all the buoys, the NOAA forecast, the radar, weather modeling, 7-day forecast. Here's all the links we use to check the weather ourselves. We're going to start with the Wind Finder 5 to 10 hour forecast area and just take a quick peek. And as you can tell, we've got beautiful weather pretty much on deck for the next 10 days or so. A little bit of rain and adverse, I wouldn't even say adverse, but moderately adverse conditions to start the work week, because we have a little bit of that tropical moisture getting pulled across our area over to Aaron. So Monday, Tuesday, the rain chance is up a little bit. Wind is up a little bit Tuesday and Wednesday, but it starts to calm down second half of the work week. We've got a nice weekend coming up, and then potentially we've got some stuff to look at, worry about there at the end or at the start of the work week coming up after that. So yeah, it's the GFS model though. So the GFS model is always very early and likes to jump around and scare people. So this is one model run. So I'm not even going to bring it up, but we definitely have some tropical weather to watch after Aaron. Aaron's no big deal for our area, devastating for some parts of the Caribbean and potentially Bermuda. But definitely our area, we're free as far as Aaron is concerned, but we are going to get some weather Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, tonight really. It's going to start tonight rain-wise, and then Monday, Tuesday, rain, and that's rain, just tropical moisture getting pulled towards Aaron. And then behind Aaron, there's another wave coming off of Africa that may or may not be heading closer to our area. So that's one to watch for sure, and we'll keep watch over it for you, with you, and keep you up to date on our channels. This is the offshore forecast, and as you can see, really nice. It's interesting.
Rain tomorrow morning?
It doesn't look like it. Yeah, look at this. So the inshore forecast for tomorrow looks like it's going to rain a lot around the land, but offshore, doesn't look as bad.
Last few days, it's been like right there at 20 miles.
Yeah.
There's like a line of rain, and as long as
once you punch past it,
you were on one side or the other, but you had to be there and stay there.
But yeah, the offshore forecast this week looks really good until, like I said, start of the work week after this upcoming weekend. So about 8 to 9 days away, we have something to watch. But again, it's super early, so we're not even going to look at it because it's just one model run. Nothing to get freaked out about until you have model consistency, and we don't have model consistency yet. So long story short, weather-wise, we're on a quarter moon right now. We're working our way this week towards the new moon. Weekend coming up, we've got the new moon, so some good moving water, some good flushing bait, and hopefully things will normalize a little bit water clarity-wise. It's been dark in John's Pass.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, all that rain.
A lot of rain.
Which has been nice because inshore-wise, the bay sea surface temps were getting into the high 90s, and all that rain brought it into like the mid to low 80s. So it dropped the temperature in the bay almost a little more than 10 degrees. And then this rain coming up Monday, Tuesday, hopefully will kind of keep us a little bit moderate. Yeah, it was nice after all that rain in the morning. It was kind of chilly.
Yeah, I mean, the mornings have been okay. Like, again,
until like 8
the
o'clock.
last couple of days, we've been, like I said, there were 20 miles, so we get off the dock nice and early and get on the other side of it before that line forms. And then you get out there on the other side of it at like 40, 50 miles. And those storms got so big, the sun's back here, so it just kind of kept you in the shade. And as long as you stayed away from them, there was a lot of heat in a lot of those. Ones yesterday, we actually had to pull anchor and leave, kind of run away from it. But
the lightning was following you.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. There was quite a few strikes in it, so we just picked up and moved like 10 miles away. And
got a little bit further
instead.
There you go. All right, so we covered what we've been catching. We showed you all the weather. Let's do our first giveaway of the night. We're going to do our first giveaway of the night. Let's do our 5-hour half day. 5-hour half day for one lucky winner, 2 guests, brought to you by our friends over at The Friendly Fisherman. The Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant next door to Hubbard's Marina offers the cook your catch option. So if you go out fishing with Steve on his private charter, go out with Hubbard's Marina, you can bring your fish over to the Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant, and for $12 and change, they'll cook up your fresh fish, broiled, blackened, regular fried, or Cajun fried. They got a waterfront deck. They've got a downstairs bar area. It is a really, really great option. Plus, even if you don't have your own fish, you can stop by. They got fresh fish. They just added cobia and yellowtail and some really nice scallops to the menu. They've got some great drink specials, and they have a locals club where only locals have the opportunity. You show your ID, prove that you're a local, and you get some killer discounts. So check it out. 5-hour half day brought to you by our friends at the Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant. Winner is, ready, Josh? 3, 2, 1. Winner is Victor Owens. Congratulations. Remember, 5-hour half day. Two guests.
Wow.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes or less, Victor, to text us your full home address to claim your free trip.
If he doesn't get it, do I get it?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Nice.
Anytime, bud.
Thanks.
So with that, let's get into some questions and see what you guys want to talk about. Let's see. As we pull up those questions, red snapper season. We still got like a month of red snapper left.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me.
It's almost over. You happy?
It's
you
not,
sad?
I don't know if it's almost over. If there's like that
a whole month left.
Yeah, it's like
we're 60% through it, 66% through it. Got 33% to go, bud.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has been a long, hot summer for sure.
It has been warm.
Yeah, for sure. But we're getting there.
A lot of water consumed. Lots of water consumed.
Yeah, a lot of.
We
water.
haven't had anybody fall out though. Mike had one on the contender earlier in the season.
We've had about a baker's dozen.
Really? Oh man.
Not quite that many, but we've definitely had at least 3 times where ambulances have shown up due to overheating or heat stroke or
we throw
dehydration.
water at the guys, man. When it gets warm, I'm just like, here, just water, just take
Bro,
another one.
we've got air conditioning. You've got air-conditioned cabins, and it still happens. It is, again, so paramount to make sure that you're prepared for the trips. That's the big thing, is people come down. They might not be from Florida. They might be from the Midwest, somewhere where they're not used to that heat, Chicago, whatever it is, Ohio, Indiana, Wisconsin, and they're not used to the heat, and then they're on vacation, right? So what do you do on vacation? You sit by the pool all day, you drink some beers, you stay up late, so you're sleep deprived, you're dehydrated already, you're hungover, then you get on a boat and you go offshore. And, man, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to come.
You're not going to have a good time.
Yeah, you got to come hydrated. If you know you're going to go out on a 12-hour trip, a 39-hour trip, you got to be drinking crazy amounts of water 2 days beforehand and making sure you're sleeping well, you're eating well, and you're fueled up.
If you're going fishing with either one of us, you just stop by Don's Dock. He sells cases of water.
Yeah, and jerky. Have you tried that new jerky?
I have. I was kind of scared of it. I didn't know anything about it.
It's real good.
I was like wasn't sure.
Some guy stopped by the office, and his name's Quinn, and he was like, "You want to try this jerky?" And I was like, "Sure."
Just like that, he just walked in and said, "You want to try it?"
You got me. And man, it's really good.
Really?
So, yeah, we bought a lot of it. Right. It's good.
I'll take some out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, try it. Buy some for the kids.
I have to test it first.
All right. Next question. For gag season, what is the daily limit per person? You're allowed 2 gag grouper per person. There was an emergency rule asked for and passed by the Gulf Council to make that 1 gag grouper for 2025. But that emergency rule was not put in place, which honestly I'm a little worried about because the gag fishing has been so good.
Yeah.
So if everybody goes out there and we catch, I mean, the way the fishing was on this 39-hour, if it's like that in September, I mean, there's a potential to catch a boat limit, a 2-day boat limit of gags. And that is 200 gag grouper at a
They may have to adjust their numbers a little bit on what they're thinking we're supposed to be getting here.
Out of 5-6 pound average, I mean, that is a lot of the quota.
Yeah.
I mean, the quota is only 270,000 pounds. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah, you could
5
catch
times
quick.
200. Yeah, there's
just a lot of fish. I don't know how do you stay away from them? You know, you just give everybody barbless hooks and just tell them, be like, "Hey, that was a good one you had." I don't know. How do you? I mean, you can't stay away from them.
Like that Geico commercial. You almost had it. You weren't fast enough.
That's what I tell a lot of my red snapper fishermen right now. They fold over and then they lose it. They're like, you're just not quite there.
FYI, the mackerel are here. That's awesome. Yeah, I heard there was a big school of mackerel down off of Van Hubbard said so off of Boca Grande. They had like an acre of mackerel out there, like huge, and they had kingfish in it. And then someone this past Saturday said that they ran into like a couple 100-yard wide school off of Anna Maria. So pretty crazy.
Delicate meat right there. They're probably already almost cooked. By the time you catch them in almost 90-degree water.
They're already pre-smoked.
Yeah, you just take them out and eat them.
They're already salted and smoked. Yeah, it's definitely early to see those too.
Yeah.
I mean, mid-August.
Very early.
Crazy early.
I don't think
this year's been a weird year, man. The blackfin didn't really happen. The mahi were crazy. It's been everything's been a little weird. The snook bite didn't really follow the normal trend. Tarpon were a little early.
There was a lot of tarpon.
There was a lot. But it was early, and it fizzled out kind of quick.
Wahoo fishing was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Wahoo's been steady.
Yeah.
If going on an overnight mangrove snapper trip and bringing my own spinning rod, what size egg sinker should I bring with me? So it's always kind of go back to what main line you have. Kind of the general rule is you drop the second digit. So if you got 30-pound mono main line, you want to have around a 2-3 ounce egg sinker. If you got 40-pound, around a 4-ounce egg sinker. 60-pound, around a 6-ounce egg sinker. But that's mono. So if you got braid, it kind of messes that up a little bit because you got to go, you don't have to go quite as heavy because it's diameter. You got to remember the diameter. But remember, if you got braid, you got to use a top shot. Definitely important. What is your best suggestion for jigs to use on the 39-hour trip next week? What about you? What jigs? You love that butterfly jig.
I do. I mean, that's, kind of where it all started was the, like I said, was saying earlier, the fast stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But the slow pitch stuff, a lot of people like that, and it definitely has a spot. I mean, they catch a lot of fish on them.
Yeah.
They scare me. They got quite a few hooks. They put 2 hooks on top, 2 hooks on the bottom, hook in the middle. They got them everywhere. Touch your fish when you get them. Just let them, use your hook out. But I think as far as, for me, it's all about current. So water depth and current. So the faster the current's moving, the deeper you are, the heavier you're going to have to go on your jigs. So you're going to need a few different options what you need to bring with you. You need to bring something for 90 or 100 foot of water. If you guys are up there on the east side of the grounds and you're in 100 foot of water, you might not need anything too big, 3-4 ounces. And if you end up out there on the west side of the grounds on your longer trips, you might need 8. And you kind of need something everywhere in between, depending on the conditions.
Yeah, so basically you want a general rule of thumb in our area is 1 gram for every foot. So we always fish on the 39-hour around 100 to 120 foot, up to about 240, 260 foot is the top end. So I always tell people you want about 80 to 100 grams up to around 300 to 350 grams. And as Steve said, if the current is strong, you have to go to the higher end. So you might only be in 100 foot, but you might need a 180 gram jig if the current's running really strong, because you want to stay as vertical as possible. That's the trick when jigging, because the more vertical you are, the better the action you can put on that, you can impart on that jig, and the more success rate you're going to have. Don Schuett, one of our Regulars Club members, was out on this 39-hour trip that came in this morning. He went back out this afternoon on another 39-hour trip. But he was coming...
hardcore.
He is. He was coming off the boat today, and I told him, I was like, dude, I can't even watch you right now. You're making my blood pressure go up. He had like 8 jigging rods, and he's carrying them like this. I was like, I can't watch, because delicate rods,
and expensive,
and crazy expensive. He probably had $6,000 in his hand, of rod. It was nuts. So it is one of those things where you need a whole array of jigs, and he has been doing it for a really long time. And I was asking him what he was using, and he likes using heavier jigs because he likes bigger jigs. The bigger the jigs, he feels gives a chance for a bigger fish.
Sliders.
Yeah, so he uses a lot of the big tall ones, the big wide ones. The bigger the profile, he feels the bigger the fish. And he did have like one of the biggest Amicos I've ever seen.
Really?
Huge Amico.
Wow.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty respectable size amberjack.
Really?
Yes.
Like 40, 50 pounds?
Yeah, probably a 40-pounder,
wow.
yeah. Yeah, it was wild. And then he had some of the biggest red snapper on the boat, some of the biggest red grouper on the boat, and it was all with the slow pitch jigs. Yeah. So they do work.
You have to cover all of it. Like, you don't know what your conditions. If you're running the boat and I'm going to, this area that's in 180, and then I'm going to fish this area that's in 240, and that's where then you can bring what you need for that depth. But you never know where you're going to end up.
And some people are hearing that. They're like, well, we could call, and maybe Dylan will tell us. We don't even know ahead of time. A lot of times as a captain, you're heading out, and the wind's shifting a little bit. I'm taking a head sea here, or maybe you're heading out and you just get a certain feeling about this area that you were thinking about, So things can change and plans can change based on conditions, especially if you're heading out there in the Florida fishermen. You got a 7, 8, 9 hour ride. A lot of stuff can happen in 7, 8, 9 hours. You could hit a squall, and all of a sudden the wind starts really pushing out of a certain direction. Maybe we have to adjust a little bit. 10, 15 degree adjustment gives us a smoother ride, but it's going to put you 20 miles away from where you originally might have been planning to go. So it's really hard to say before a trip, like, hey, we're going to be fishing this depth.
A lot of audibles.
We
call it finding Rita.
Finding Rita?
Yeah, riding in the trough again. Let's go find whichever way
I like
it's going.
that.
If it's blowing northwest, you're going southwest. If it's blowing southwest, you're going northwest.
Riding in the trough again.
Yeah.
I love it. Finding Rita. I'm gonna have to steal that. All right. Let's see. We probably need to do another giveaway. Let's do our 10-hour all-day giveaway. Then we'll knock out a few more questions here. We'll figure that out. We'll play it by ear. 10-hour all-day giveaway. This one is brought to you by our friends over at Bass Pro Shops. Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Team Outdoors. Remember, if you come out fishing with us on one of our long-range trips, you're going to be utilizing that Bass Pro Shops Offshore Angler Seafire reels. Really, really, really great value. You're talking about a reel that's only in the $100, $120 range, and it's got 40, 45 pounds of drag. And it's really reliable. We use these reels for our rental reels. We put them through the tests of time and abuse and tourism, and man, they hold up. So it's a really solid reel. If you're looking for a budget conservative reel that's still quality, that Bass Pro Shops Offshore Angler Seafire reel, look no further. They also have some really good jigging reels. We talked about some of the slow pitch jigging reels. If you're looking for something that's not going to break the bank, the Ocean Master jigging reels, the 12, the 14, the 10, we've used them all. They work really well. We use them for flatline and for kingfish as well. Really good snapper reels, so some good options there. Bass Pro definitely has some really good options in their Ocean Master, Seafire lines. Check them out, Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's. All right, so 10-hour all day for one lucky winner, 2 guests. Lucky winner is 3, 2, 1. Shelly Barnes from Plant City. Congratulations, Shelly. Hopefully she enjoys her fresh cooked fish with her Hellman's mayo post-trip. Right, Tony? When you have you seen the Hubbard family secret recipe that's not so secret, the mayo on the fish to hold the not. You haven't tried that? Mm-mm. So when you cook your fish, how are you cooking your fish at home? Blackened? Yeah, just a little blackened season. Red fish right. Actually, the stuff that you used to carry at the dock, that's no longer there anymore. Which one is it? Whatever that blackened, I don't know. Dude, we have a blackened. Yeah, we have it. Is it still there? Yeah. Right. The blackened seasoning. It's you're missing the wasabi sauce. Heifer dust. That's what it's called. Heifer dust? Yeah. My buddy makes it. He's a charter captain in Orange Beach, Alabama. Yeah. It's really Sounds good. It is really good. Delicious. So you have your blackened seasoning. So you're just applying that to the fish and then putting it in some oil on a pan on the stove? Very basic. Very basic. As far as I'm concerned. Now, John's who you needed to have. He's like a chef? Oh, my goodness. Some of this stuff, he'll just send pictures. Like it's like art. I don't even know if I'd want to eat it. Please don't send pictures because pictures aren't okay unless you're tasting the food. It. Yeah. A picture maybe on the menu. Mike is very, very good, and for years I always thought like Mike was like he's the man. Like when we go out of town, when we all go up to the river, Mike would always be the chef. Uh-huh. Now they fight over it. Now John and Michael fight over it to see who's cooking what which night. Okay. They're both really, really good, but John is. He takes it to a different level. Like he's got the little. So I'm pretty basic. Crazy stuff. I'm pretty basic. My thing, how I was raised, my father and his father and and my grandmother, their thing was you take the fillet, you rinse it off, pat dry it, so you've got a somewhat dry fillet. Okay. And then Hellman's mayonnaise. Has to be Hellman's. None of that other crap. No Miracle Whip. No Miracle Whip. Absolutely not. Hellman's only. So you get a light coat of Hellman's mayonnaise, and then you hit it with the seasoning, because the Hellman's cements. It's the glue that holds the goodness on there. So then you hit it with I like just salt, pepper, some garlic seasoning. Some blackened is good too, but my wife and kids do not like spicy stuff, so I have to be kind of specific. You're cooking fish right there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, here it is. Josh pulled it up. Our Fox 13 thing. It's on our website too, under our fishing tips and tricks. But yeah, the light coat of mayonnaise, and then hit it with the seasoning. Because what happens is when you put that in the oven, that seasoning not only stays on the fish, but also it comes out, and that mayonnaise has a little bit of fat in it, and that fat cooks off. And it makes the fish stay really crispy. Really? So it adds a little bit of crisp, and it holds that seasoning on there. It's fire, dude.
All right.
It's fire.
Well,
and it's easy because what you're doing is you're cooking fish in oil on top of the stove. That's messy, bro. I'm taking a cookie sheet
just broiling
with
it?
foil, and I pop it in the broiler, and when I'm done, I ball up that foil and throw it away.
Yeah.
Cookie sheet goes back in. No pans. No oil to clean up.
I'll look it up.
Pretty solid.
Maybe my crew will let me keep a couple snappers tomorrow, and I'll give it a shot tomorrow night.
Do it with mangroves. It's way better
I'm
than
pretty
red
sure
snapper.
I got some Hellman's mayo at the house.
Good. You got to use Hellman's.
Right.
Definitely not Duke's.
I'll give it a shot.
What is the chance that there will be an amberjack season September 1st? Don't look at me. I don't know. Amberjack season is supposed to be open September and October. This guy over here, Steve Papen, sits on the council's Reef-Fish Advisory panel with me, and we were told in January that the amberjack quota was exceeded by 250% last year. So in January, we were told there wouldn't be an amberjack season, but there has been no announcement, and we are August 17th, so we're 13 days away from amberjack opening.
The announcement will come on the last day of this month,
I
probably, or the morning of.
Potentially there is a
Hard
chance.
to say.
But I think at this point, man, I'm feeling like it's going to open.
Well,
Which, if it opens, the environmentalists are going to lose their mind and sue their pants off of NOAA Fisheries.
Yeah.
Because legally, it can't open.
Well, maybe they're just like giving us like 2 weeks of just like letting the kids out in the playground. You know what I mean? Just go out and play in the rain and the mud and get as dirty as you want to. You got your gags, you got your jacks, you got your red groupers, you got your red snapper, you got your triggerfish. Just go have fun. You got 2 weeks, but then after that, it's chores, young man, and you're back to work.
I mean, honestly, what I've heard, what the story is that I've heard is they've sent the information to HQ. So, like, the Southeast Regional Office has said, hey, guys, amberjack aren't supposed to open. Here's the reasons why. And they just haven't heard back.
Yeah.
So it's stuck somewhere on a desk in Silver Springs, Maryland, right outside of D.C.
Well, when did we find out about
the
like season?
We found out about gag season at the end of July, right?
Yeah.
So it was only 4 weeks notice for gags.
And
we kind of knew when gags were going to be, but we didn't get much notice on gags, so I don't know.
And the end of our red snapper season, we knew when it started, but we didn't know when it ended until like a week, 2 weeks before the season started. So.
But I feel like in this case, it might be one of those things like Monopoly, right? Where it's like, oh, the bank made an error in your favor. Here's $200. I feel like that's what's going to happen. It's like, oh, the government can't get its job done here, folks. So because the federal government is really slow and excruciatingly inefficient, here's a amberjack season.
Seems to me we generally pay for those, though.
Yeah.
We will. Then. We'll pay for them later.
We will next year because there won't be an amberjack season next year because it has already been overfished, and we're going to overfish it again because there is no quota this year. So if it opens and we fish it at all and there's any fishing mortality, it's just going to compound our payback. It's not good. It's not good.
None of it is. Scary. But that's why we're trying to do what we're doing.
Yeah. What's the limit on triggerfish? You're allowed 1 per person per day, 15-inch.
15 to the inside. Inside of the fork.
Inside fork. So 15-inch,
so kind of like
per
you got your fork, tail, and then the inside of their tail kind of has like a little bubble. Mm-hmm. And so right to the end of that bubble to the nose. Like that's your measurement.
Yeah, when they say the fork, it's the middle of that tail fin. What was that other question? We had a good one. Oh, on the 39-hour, so you're allowed 1 per person per day. So 39 and 44-hour, you're allowed 2 triggerfish. I booked the 12-hour for this Wednesday. What would you suggest to fish with? We're targeting the red snapper, the red grouper. I mean, you're going out there and 180 to 200 foot. What are you dropping down?
180, 200. With the moon we got right now, I haven't noticed a ton of current.
We haven't seen it.
There hasn't been a lot. So as far as rigs, you're definitely red snapper, 6. I wouldn't go higher than a 6 ounce. And the only reason I wouldn't is because it's going to give your bait a little more time in the water column where those bigger fish are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you use 10 ounces, you rocket right past those big fish. But if you use a smaller, lighter lead, if you can just spend a little more time finding your way down to the bottom, you'll up your shots at catching those bigger fish that are going to be way up off the bottom.
And then if you're dropping down for red grouper, what are you doing?
That one you can rocket right to the bottom. I 8 ounces probably max, decent sized leader, 80 pound maybe. I don't think you need to go any higher than that. Big dead baits.
Dead baits.
That's always a good bet.
So we've got in our shop, we supply on the boat thread fins and squid, cut squid wings. But in our shop, we've got whole octopus, we've got whole squid. Ooh. We've got cigar minnows, we've got northern mackerel, and we carry goggle eyes when we can get them too. We've been struggling a little bit the last week or so to get them, but we should get more soon. So goggle eyes, northern mackerel or Boston mackerel, cigar minnows, whole squid, whole octopus.
Whole octopus sounds like there's a lot of those things love throwing up them octopus.
Yeah,
especially the big ones.
Okay, so you're going octopus.
If I was going for a big one, yeah, I would definitely put down an octopus.
There you go. Interesting. I wanted to ask you that. We got another question? Yep. Let's see here. What do we got? Are you going to talk about the city? Oh, good point. And thank you for the reminder. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, the Captain Dylan Hubbard page, Steve liked it. So the Captain Dylan Hubbard page on Facebook, we did a reel about the city manager. If you guys have been watching this show, you guys know that I have a lot of admiration for our city manager. And when I say that with a lot of jest, because he is really bad at his job and he is purposefully sabotaging the city, in my opinion, with the swim buoy debacle, the whole jetty issue. I can't believe the jetty's gone. The North Jetty.
That's terrible.
It's crazy. It was a little damaged. Instead of fixing it for like 10, 20, maybe worst case scenario, it would have been like $40,000 to fix it. 10 feet of sidewalk was messed up.
Yeah.
10 feet of sidewalk. But he put up a few signs and some caution tape, and people kept going around the signs and caution tape. So in a total temper tantrum, he went out there and had this public works jackhammer the whole sidewalk.
Quick, too.
Yeah, within a day.
Yeah, it was fast.
Because he was upset because people kept going around his signs. So then he jackhammers the whole thing up, and there's these little pebble rocks and rebar sticking out, and it made it 10 times more dangerous. And then he puts up signs and caution tape, and he expected people to stay off of that. You destroyed it because people wouldn't stay away from your signs and caution tape before. Then you made it 10 times more dangerous and put up signs and caution tape expecting people to stay out.
And now there's people fishing out there, and there's got to be ankles and
so
cuts and bruises.
So at first, it was all caution taped and all that dangerous rebar was there, and they were actively trespassing people. And I got into it with the city manager over that. And the cops, too, the police, the sheriffs were out there, and they were making the sheriffs stay there. And they were trespassing people that would go out there and try to fish. So I worked with the city commission and the mayor, and they actually called the city manager in and kind of called him to the carpet on it and made him go out there, and they had to clean up that mess. So they had to pay to remove all that rubble and rebar so then people could go back out there, and they removed all the signs and let people walk on the rocks again. But instead of fixing a small portion, they destroyed the whole thing, paid someone to destroy the whole thing. Then they had to pay to remove all that rubble. Now they have to pay to put the whole thing back. So instead of like a 10, maybe 30, maybe 40, maybe $50,000 fix, now they're already at like 10, 20, 30,000 and destroying it and cleaning it up. Now they have to go through the permit process, and they have to go through engineering. They have to go all the way through environmental impacts.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's going to be like 2 years. So crazy. And at first, the most frustrating thing about the whole thing, the thing that made me the most angry, is when people got upset about it and started calling him out about it. He emailed back. He was like, "Oh, it's under construction.
I remember that.
We'll have it back in 9 months." Right
after the storm, he was saying it was coming right back up.
I was like, "You're so full of shit." He just straight up lied because he didn't know. He didn't do any research. He was just saying stuff to try to calm people down, and it was not true. So, and we found out.
I can say to calm you down.
Thursday at 2:00, we're going to get him fired. There's a special meeting. I'm so excited. Special meeting. You can show up and you can show your support to have him removed from office. I'm very happy.
I think it's the only person I've ever seen happy Dylan upset with. Like, he doesn't get
I'm a
mad
very
at
happy
anybody.
person.
He must have been really bad.
Oh yeah. We got the money for the dredge operation in September of 22.
I've been waiting for that.
And for 2 years, Steve, every time I asked him about it, which was like every other week, because I see him at chamber meetings, I see him at board of director meetings, I see him at city meetings. So like every week for 2 years, hey Dylan, that dredge is coming. We're just waiting for Army Corps. So in July of 2024, I did an interview with Channel 10 News, this really nice reporter, and I told her the whole story. Hey, we're just waiting for Army Corps. My buddy Robin Gomez, the city manager, he's on top of it. He's applied for the permit. We're just waiting for Army Corps. She was like, we'll see. So she calls Army Corps. Army Corps is like, what are you talking about? There's not even a permit application on file for Madeira Beach. And so I called Robin. I was like, dude, what's going on? She says that there's no permit application on file. He never answered my phone call, text message, or email ever again. And now when I see him in public, he walks the other way. Ever since that day, I called him out.
So where's that money been sitting this whole time?
In his bank account?
Somebody
I don't know.
Collecting some serious interest on
Right. What's the interest on $1.55 million? For 2 years, that money sat there and no permit application was done. And the most frustrating thing is, after that day, a week and a half later, the permit application was filed. It took you a week and a half.
Because that bar is just creeping its way south.
It's
and
bad.
It's looking uglier and uglier.
Bad.
This fall?
Mm-hmm. Well, Thursday, 2:00. Show up, City of Madeira Beach, City Hall, and we are going to get him fired. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a very great day. What's the limit on mangrove? You're allowed 10 per person per day. So 39, 44-hour, 20. My snell on my hook has come loose several times with big fish with 30-pound fluorocarbon. What is wrong? Not seating it right?
I can almost guarantee he's tying the snell incorrectly.
Probably ending in the front, or you start in the front, finish through the front.
If you're a lot of so when we do our kingfish rigs, we tie a snell on those, and with cable you can tie. It's a quick snell. And you can run it through and then run it around and snell it and rib it back. You're actually, after you wrap it, you're bringing the long tag in, which on your mono leader would be the long end. And then that's the last thing that goes through the hook going up. And the quick snell, they can unravel. With wire, they don't, because the wire is coarse and it just catches itself, so it won't come undone. But with mono, a quick snell is not a good one. So if that's happening, there's probably about 12 different ways to tie a good snell knot.
You can double it.
You can look. There's a lot of them. You can probably just go on YouTube and find your way that you like to do it. But for me, I'm going through twice, and then you end up with a loop, and you wrap and keep twisting until you seat it, and then you're pulling the main line.
Yeah.
The main line's the one you pull last.
Yeah, that's like a double. I don't even know what you would call it, but I've seen that one.
I call it a Louisiana snell. That's where I learned it was blue or yellowfin tuna fishing up in Louisiana.
That's a cool snell.
It's a quick one.
We use the quick snell, and it does come unraveled over time. But the trick that I use is, most of the time when you're offshore fishing, but well before it comes unraveled, it's time to change it anyway, because you've caught 4 or 5 mangroves and maybe a red grouper on it, and it's already gotten a little bit chewed up. It's already kinked. Most of the time, every 3 to 5 fish, you want to swap out that leader. It's kinked somewhere, or you get a knot in it, or it just gets used. Yeah. If you got a 10-minute run, switch out your leader. That's the big thing that I would recommend. You can get fancier snell knots, but I would just say switch out your leader more frequently. All right, we got time for one more here. Next one. When is the best time to book for hogfish? October or November? Probably November. Hogfish start in October. Any months that, October-ish, it picks up. Really, hogfish is cooler weather, right? Cold front's got to start.
It has been up until this year.
It's been good this summer, but it hasn't been like crazy concentrations.
Yeah, no. There are some packs of them though. Brian over at Got One, he he has been just laying them down. I mean,
Really?
every trip. I call him the hog father anyway. Like he is so invested in that fish.
Yeah.
Like he'll drive around.
They're doing a hogfish stock assessment right now that has me a little concerned because they're talking about the discard mortality rate being really high on that species.
They've been saying that for years, though. When I went to the FWC, when we went through MRIP, and we went over there, everybody said 70%. All the spear fishermen would say 70%, and their numbers were nowhere even remotely close to that.
Well, the stock assessment that's ongoing right now, that's currently in the process, could potentially update it. And one of the guys over there, Leo, is working on a paper that's showing the discard mortality rate is considerably higher, exponentially higher than what they have it set at, which would change the fishery composition quite a bit. So
I've always said that hogfish should have been dealt with years and years and years.
The bag limit, I think, should be a little lower. Five hogfish is a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think maybe we could go to 3.
But to be completely honest with you,
people.
there are very, very few fishermen out here that go hook and line. Like
that limit out.
3 guys go out and catch 15 head.
I agree.
So, albeit that's a great idea, I don't know that solves the issue.
I don't think it solves the issue, but it starts to help the issue because there are spear fishermen that'll go out there and get that.
But they've gotten those for forever.
Yeah.
Ever since I spearfished back in the day.
I
It wasn't
agree.
very difficult to go
Hog
shoot your
fishing
5
are pretty
hogfish.
easy.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty simple.
Yeah, they swim right up on and like kind of hold the spear in their mouth until you're ready to fire.
I would have thought that those fish would have, kind of absorbed the fishing pressure a little bit better because they do spawn. They spawn like 6 times a year, I think.
Yeah, they batch spawn.
Yeah,
In harems.
There's a lot, and so I would have thought that there would have been. The problem is it's a small area where hogfish really are. Like
they're not very
most of
spatially
them,
distributed.
right?
Yeah. But some of the big breeders are offshore too. So you can get hogfish in 20, 30 feet, and you can get hogfish in 140 feet. And some of those big breeders out there in 140 feet, really the only people that are catching those are spear fishermen because us hook and line guys don't really have a shot for them. Once we get past 60, 80 foot, it's hard to catch hogfish because there's just so many more aggressive
Everything
species.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's more aggressive. All right. We are running up. Will the meeting be available online? Yes. The Golf Council meeting is, I fly out next. Oh, thank you for reminding me. No live show next week because I will be on an airplane. Next week's live show is canceled. I'll be on my way to San Antonio for that Golf Council meeting in Texas. That was on my notes, so I'm glad someone reminded me of that. No live show next week. Also, appreciate you joining tonight, Steve. Again, Fintastic Fishing Charters. He's got a really great social media presence, even though he claims he's not a social media guy. You can find him on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It's pretty big.
You're the social media guy.
I don't know, man. You've got more TikTok followers than I do.
I don't have any of these at all.
You don't have a studio. Not yet, but you'll get there. Definitely check out Fintastic Fishing Charters. And like I said, he's got some spots open for gag season. And I found out today some of the other guests at Don's Dock, Salty Dog Charters, Captain Bill Fell. What's Bill's charter business?
Ridge Runner.
His charter business is Ridge Runner?
Ridge Runner Fishing Charters, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
It used to be Bill Fell's Fishing Charters, and now pretty sure it's Ridge Runner.
Okay.
Or it was at one point.
I don't know.
Bill Fell, most people know him.
You can call us at Don's Dock.
He's the
We can
guy.
give you his number.
Fringe.
But yeah, Salty Dog, Bill Fell, Steve Papen, Fintastic Fishing Charters. So a lot of charters open. Hubbard's Marina, we're booked up for gag season, but there's a chance there's some cancellations. Today there was 2 cancellations for gag trips. They booked back up pretty quick, but pay attention because they could open up for you.
I think we have 3 days.
3 days open?
3 days open on the contender.
There you go. So last giveaway of the night is our 39-hour fishing trip for one lucky winner. This is brought to you by our friends over at Innovative Pools and Spa. Remember, Innovative Pools and Spa has been doing pools in the Tampa Bay area for over 3 decades, 35 years of experience, and they bring top quality materials, and they continue to raise the bar in pool construction, design, and features. If you want top quality product, you want top quality materials, pumps, all that good stuff, definitely check them out. Their phone number is 727-788-1650, or visit them online at Innovative Pools and Spa. And remember, they have that $49,000 end of summer special going on. You can get a 12 by 24 foot pool, 6 foot deep, for less than $50,000. Crazy.
Wow.
I know.
That is crazy.
Yeah, really, really good materials too. Top quality pumps, pebbles, all this crazy stuff. So, I mean, my buddy just paid, I think, like $70,000 for a pool.
Oh yeah, you can spend a
crazy.
Yeah, that's
money.
one thing. It's like redoing your kitchen for your wife. You can spend a lot of money really fast. Like
don't blink.
It can go quick. So be careful.
Yeah, for sure. Don't forget as well, August 26th, 7 p.m. August 26th, 7 p.m. at OCC Roadhouse. Captain Mike Anderson, Captain Jeff Hageman are going to be over there talking fishing, and I will resume back in September. Remember, every 4th Tuesday of the month, we're over there at OCC Roadhouse, 7 p.m. It's a lot of fun. We'll have to have you come out to OCC one of these times.
They have those.
No, I'm saying to speak, bro.
Maybe.
It's fun.
Possibly.
Glenn did
You buy me some of those hot appetizer things that they have.
I got you, bro.
The hog wings.
Hog wings.
Yeah. I might consider it.
Some good food.
We had
real good food. Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah.
The Wild
West
yeah,
tournament
was up
there.
a couple times.
Yeah. There's good food.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that place is great.
All right. So with that, don't forget, again, next week, no live show, but the week after we'll resume. So we'll keep you in tune. We'll make sure we give announcements. Supporters After Show, Josh, 8:55 for the Supporters After Show. Remember, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Thanks again, Steve, for joining us.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Lucky winner of the 39-hour trip for one guest goes to Nom Nom Fishing Adventures. Awesome. I love the YouTube names.
I love it.
You got 5 minutes or less to text us your full home address. Hopefully we'll see you guys all week after next for another episode. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. We got a bunch of new videos coming out. We got a new video every day for the first 4 days this week lined up. Some really good content coming out. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube, turn on those notifications, and don't forget to check out Hubbard's Marina across all social medias and Fintastic Fishing Charters. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. We're out.